Why does it say there's a time there? It's interesting. It should be live, but it's saying that it's an hour and 19 seconds long. Refresh that, double check. I don't know if that's going to disrupt the stream or not. It might. Huh, that's interesting. Okay. I've only been on for a minute. I don't know why it has a time there. That's interesting. Okay. Coolio. Alright, what was I doing? I was heading east, I think. I wanted to go southeast. Oh. Take care of that. What? The heck was that? I've never seen. I don't think I've seen that message before. Are you get mad at me for exploring? So I want to explore. Cursed things. I don't remember that ever appearing before.
You'll do it the hard way.
That's why my mouse still feels slow.
Taste my fury. Consider me provoked. This is going to hurt.
Don't waste your bombs, Jubilosts.
Clever ploy.
All right.
Amateurs.
I should have a heal available. I'm going to cast that on Canera. Actually, I'll try Treat Affliction.
Speak.
Then Restoration.
Matricium Turinos.
Alright, I kind of want to head back to... Well, shoot. Let me get back within my kingdom's borders and see if that's an event I can take care of. I don't want to take unnecessary hits to my... That's such a waste of time traveling. Oh, there we go. Cursed things.
Need to catch my breath.
Yeah, somebody's on it. Alright, well that's all I can do.
I require rest.
I'm thinking about writing a series of essays about Qadira. It's such an amazing place. An oasis at the border of two civilizations, you might say.
What region of Qadira would you like to write about, Master Jubilost? Our land is vast and diverse, and there are as many tribes living there as there are in all the river kingdoms.
That was a very tamed response from Canera. That's a response I would expect from Kalika. Canera's didn't have enough spite or condescension in it. What can we expect here? Poisonous fly trap. Okay.
I won't be halted.
Ready and willing.
Repent. I'm superior. Out of my way.
This body holds no more.
Hang in there, Jthal. Just barely.
State your desire.
Tashani Savitur. Tashani Savitur. Tashani Savitur.
Alright, nothing great.
We do it my way.
A melted shard of a ring, though. Piece of an artifact are always worth it. I wish you would get experience for the crafted artifacts as well, because it's essentially a quest in of itself. You say in Chandra? I guess that makes sense because you go directly against their advice. So one won't come back if you do one side, the other one won't come back if you do the other, and then your third yeah, because she wants the Outdoors to suffer. And of course, Lander, he's, you know, he sucks. Alright, so this is probably as far as we can go this way, right? Because if I go further, I'll get stopped by the guards. So I mean, that makes sense. I should probably swap her out then, because I don't plan on doing Candlemere first. Yeah, I just picked her to mix it up, because I'd used Casil and Lander previously.
Share your will. This is for you.
Is she? I don't care for her. I mean, she might have the best stats for it. And yeah, Miri is meh. I concur.
Do it my way.
But still, I mean, if you want to get all the good companion endings, I mean, I like having all my companions around.
I won't be home.
Plus, if you keep Amiri, you get to do her next quest to get more experience. Chandra doesn't offer you any experience. Oh, I remember this place. Yeah, let's get some buffs.
Amranda gratior, minimosi travisi. Amranda gratior.
You have my attention. Apparane sentes. Apparane sentes. Apparane sentes.
Battles await.
What's new?
Minimosi travisi. Minimosi.
What we probably need right here is poison resist, or neutralize poison.
Minimosi travisi. Apparane sentes. Apparane sentes. Ona adayana.
I probably don't need to use this many buffs, but since I'm gonna have to rest again anyway, probably after this area, might as well spend them all. That's about her third quest, where you get the sword reforged.
Request.
Everywhere I go, a pole hangs over everything. People say it was better before I arrived.
Over there!
Oh no. Going to be using that.
I'll fight if I have to.
Well, I'm sorry I stream a bit late for your country, man. I actually intend to do it a little bit earlier in the day, but I'm always busy, so. But I'm glad you enjoy the videos. And welcome aboard if you're new. So you just found me, so yeah.
Head on!
What time zone are you in? If you don't mind my asking, I'm not trying to track you down or anything.
We do it my way.
Alright, centipedes, it's probably gonna be acid damage. Oh, come here.
I'm losing my temper.
Also, I was doing some research into some of the races
Onwards!
for Wrath of the
You
Righteous.
can't stop me.
Because I was intending to do a Dampier or Dompier. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce it.
Run them through!
The Marori version for the Charisma and Strength, but they take a hit to Constitution. Then I saw that the Oreads have the Gem Soul Bloodline or Stone Line, Rock Line, whatever you want to call it. That gives you Strength and Charisma as well. Oh. I don't remember what the stats are for the sword, because again, her quest bugged out my second playthrough, so I get to finish it. And I haven't gone back to look and see what the stats are in my first playthrough.
Your life ebbs low.
A fatal mistake.
You never had a chance.
Well, I appreciate you coming by, man. It's always nice to hear people like my stuff. I've been to the UK before,
How
like
curious.
10 years ago. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Are you enjoying Kingmaker?
I won't be
I think you said you
halted.
would. Oh, you are enjoying it. Yeah, Kingmaker is a good game.
We do it my way.
Yeah, I used to work a third shift. As soon as I got out of the military, I did third shift for a bit. And then I started school. So now I'm a bum. At least until I'm done with school. And then back to work. I think I got everything. Well, I mean, it probably sucks for people who romance Tristan anyway, because he sucks. So they already made a bad choice. Learn how to install the UMM and mods. What's the UMM? Oh, that's right, you can't even go this way. Alright, let's circle back around. Oh, okay. There we go. I should have known that. But yeah, I mean, I highly recommend it. So, if you've got this spare cash, definitely give it a shot. It is a fantastic CRPG. All right, could be chaotic evil here. I'm just gonna take the blessing. Yeah, chaotic evil is the way. Wow, 2 chaotic evil options. I'm gonna take it. It's funny because even if you get the Curse of Lamash too, you still get. It's still a buff. I think it's like extra charisma, isn't it? Right, Lamashtu's boon. Character gets +2 bonus on perception and persuasion when used to intimidate skill checks, and gains +1 armor class bonus against animals and magical beasts.
Head on!
Pretty good. Well, pretty evil actually, because you have to be chaotic evil to get it.
Onwards!
I wonder if there's some sort of blueprint for Lamashtu shrines, because it's, you know, it's identical to the other one that you find.
We do it my way.
It's like they have a layout they have to follow, like Walmart or something. Just plopping down Lamashtu shrines everywhere. They probably have like a shift manager in charge of the shrine. Wonder if they're allowed to unionize. I mean, I guess technically if you follow, or the religion is a union, so
Catch my breath.
I would say yes. They are unionized. Hmm. Oh, demands. Do you, Regent? Hmm. That's funny. Well, I guess I can go see what they want. We have plenty of time, so. Also, I think I need to clean my mouse pad. Mouse feels sluggish, and I think that's the only thing I can think that it might be. I mean, it's not dirty, but my mouse has been slowing down. At least it doesn't look dirty. Might have some like invisible grime or something on it. I just watched all my,
I won't be halted.
or cleaned everything from my PC just a week or two ago.
You follow.
Yeah, I also need to swap out Chandra, now I'm thinking about it. She's not going to be in our... Well, I'm not going to keep her around, so... Because she's the counselor, I think, right? So, I'll probably put Sana as a counselor. Yeah, take care of it on your own. It's actually that's not how I would handle that, but okay. I don't. I want to keep Amiri around. I'm being selfish. Ooh, that'd be nice to have. Insufficient funds. Take care of that. Alright, is she busy? She is. How long is that gonna last? 18 days. Alright, well you have a job for 18 more days, Chandra. Yeah, that's what I plan on I'm gonna swap out for once she's done with that project or event.
Onwards.
Fucking my man. Acid oil. I think I got my tea right today. I got some new tea yesterday or the day before. I think I finally figured out how to drink it. Well, not how to drink it, but how to make it. There we go. I know how to drink tea. Like any other beverage. Alright, we'll do the Lonely Barrow, but not the whole thing. I could cheese it, but... Actually, I don't think there's a battle axe in there, so I wouldn't benefit from that anyway. Outside of the hat. I don't remember if there's
Head on.
enemies in here.
I won't let you down.
The end draws near.
I'm sure that there are.
I won't be halted.
Oh, come on, Jubilost. Or is this where the mercenaries are? Yeah, I think the mercenaries are in here.
Well, some
Ronda Gratio. Inimosi Travisi.
Apparane
Yes?
sentes.
So I'll cast a couple of buffs.
Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi.
Okay. Can intimidate, can attack. That's not an evil option. It's an evil option for higher diplomacy. Hey, I succeeded.
We do it.
I think they attack us at the end anyway.
I lead. You follow. Onwards!
What a surprise.
Please.
I wish I wouldn't activate if I wasn't close enough. I wonder how hard that is to program.
My search was not in vain.
Child's play!
We do it
How
my
curious.
Or is this where the Cyclops come out of the walls?
I won't be halted.
Hey, good job, buddy. Way to take the hit for the team.
Rotus awaits
Alright, in
us.
that case, let's see. He still has this up.
Inimosi travisi. Kashani
State your
savitur.
desire.
We'll actually even
Yes.
put,
I'm still here.
Amorone sintes.
put some animals back here. Where are they at? There they are.
Magritium Turinos.
And why is that? So I thought all you had to do was vassalize him. Is it an intro choice towards the end? Because I can always shift my alignment if I have to. Oh, it's Skeletal Champion. That was Cyclops. All the skeletons, like I don't even have to have my hands on the keyboard. That's the best part. I can drink my tea with 2 hands.
Head on!
What did I see? Oh, they all got killed. Well, I missed out on the experience. That's fine.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
The link might not post. So I do have it set up so that links automatically get sent to spam. I don't know how it works in the stream chat. Because I get a bunch of inappropriate links spammed by bots on the channel. I don't want to risk getting a strike or anything because someone's sending me to...
What a surprise.
I think the last one I got was bigboobgirls.com or something. Something ridiculous like that. Can never be too careful. Yes, Lanesh bots, exactly. They're trying to get me to commit heresy, and I won't do it. I know the Inquisition is always watching.
I lead. You
How
follow.
curious.
Okay, well I'll try to shift my alignment after Chapter 4.
I won't be halted.
I don't like surprises.
I know some people will be happy about that. I've had some people critiquing my inability to play
Does it matter?
play evil.
Ha! Primitives.
Which I don't think is a bad thing. Actually, it's not. It's a good thing, because I can't be evil. But yeah, it's like the sites that get spammed on the channel, besides... I get a bunch of like the YouTube wannabe friends bots and things like that. Sub for sub bots things. It's obnoxious how many I get. I feel like the large channels have to just be swamped with them. I missed a button, didn't I? Did I press this? Or is it open? It's not. But yeah, like all the dirty websites that get spammed to my channel are like stuff that, you know, kids would Google when the internet first came out. It's pretty ridiculous.
Onward.
I would know because as a kid, I didn't Google those things, but I looked those same things up on the internet. All right, I'm missing a button somewhere. Oh, it's over here.
We do it my way.
Yeah, you could even say it's a lawful good trait. So,
What a
well, I live my
surprise.
life by one very simple
Be
rule.
halted.
If you've ever seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, when they go to the future, and they ask for words of advice or encouragement, I forget exactly how they phrase it,
Curious. What a surprise.
and they say, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. That's it. That's my life right there. If everyone lived like that, the world would be one excellent place. Alright, let's swap them out. I'm gonna give her sister the robe of water.
I'm glad you called.
I like how it zooms to this door, but the other ones you open up doesn't
All
it doesn't
this
pan to the door.
waiting bores me.
My search was not in vain.
Ooh, mighty constitution.
I lead. You follow.
Who would benefit from this the most? Not you. I don't want to hurt your strength, though. Yeah. Wait, what's the other trait on this? Oh, just dexterity. Alright, well I'll try to shift my alignment then, after I recruit the best advisor in the game.
Onwards.
So the edge lords and the edgier lords.
How
Honestly, the
curious.
Dark Eldar are one of my favorite races in Dawn of War. I just like the way that they looked. Their aesthetic was cool.
What a surprise.
Head on.
And in fantasy, the
Burn.
Dark Elves are pretty cool.
To pieces. Let's hear you cry.
Yeah, despite, you know, birthing a god that wants to eat their souls. Yeah, screw it. We're not that scared, just scared enough to never use our psychic abilities again. But they do have all the old school weapons the Eldar no longer have. But they can't use them because it all requires them to use their psychic abilities to activate. So they have some of the most powerful weapons in the galaxy, but can't use them.
Curious.
And they mostly were, except for the huge demonic incursion in Kimura. But other than that, they're doing just fine.
Consider me
I
provoked.
don't like surprises.
No one stands in my way.
Oh crap! Poison. That's right.
This spell's purpose is
Your mind completely.
Have to remember that Jubilost wasn't in that.
Could be worse. And will be
lost.
This can't be over.
What do force bombs work on these guys?
Will they ever learn?
This is for you.
Yeah, if you hit control. But I think it's only for like hostile spells that don't actually require a target.
We'll do it.
So I don't get it to work with some of the buffs. So like in this
Gratis
case,
awaits us. This spell's
yeah, I can't cast
purpose
this while
is
holding control. But if I were to use
The undead is such a frivolous term.
what else do I got?
Immortal. What's the whole eternal?
like slow, I can hold
everlasting.
control and
Spell's
cast.
not supposed to work like that.
I think if enemies are nearby though.
Spell's not supposed to work like that.
And this I can cast by holding control.
I won't be halted.
Tell out the Games Workshop, Vigo. What am I doing? Let me reload that already. I need to put neutralize poison on. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid doing that just because it
Ready and willing.
gives me too much of an advantage. And honestly, as much as I might complain, I do like struggling.
Patricium Turinos.
Quiet.
You know,
I'm
we'll even
thinking.
haste here.
I won't let you down.
Er,
You can count on me.
I think they left it there so that people can abuse it for solo runs on Unfair or something. So people can challenge themselves. It might be that too. The only problem I have with that is you shouldn't be able to see into the room. Like because it's just a bug in like the way the lighting works. If they made it so like you could see through the door or something, or like peek through like the lock in the door and make it like an actual event instead of just a, you know, like a gap in the wall.
I won't.
No, so my cat is making a fuss outside. Ignore him. It's not time for him to eat.
State your desire. I'm not afraid. Consider provoked.
That's why you can't knock these guys down. Oh wow, 77 damage crit. That was me, right? I know I saw 77 damage. Yep, it was me.
My search was not in vain.
Lesser gloves of dueling. I still don't see. Oh yeah, that's something I wanted to check. I feel like I should have all of these. So I'm missing one. I think there's 10 of these. Hodag, Hunting Grounds, Troll Wilderness, Lone House, Lizardfolk Village, what we homage to, Swamp Witches. Oh, maybe not, because you can find them to the east as well. I was thinking they were all in the Gnar Marches. But it looks like they're also in the, towards Varnhold. Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a shot. I don't care much for the politics. Even my first time I played through the game, not knowing what was going on, I tried to pick a neutral option. That's why I picked Lander as my regent, or whatever he's called.
Done and done.
That panned out well.
We do it my way.
Alright, so these are...
Outdoor adventures are good for skin and body shape, but they just ruin the
Black
hair.
Soot. Okay, do you just cast this on it?
This spell's not supposed to work like that. This spell's not supposed to work like that.
Oh, that's right, it's just a... There we go. Maybe it's not that one. Maybe it is fire. Maybe I wasn't close enough. Forgot, there's another hint in here, isn't there? Several elements.
Onwards, together.
Oh, ice. It was something, darn it. There we go, that's the ice one. This one should be fire then, right? No, that one's fire. That was ice. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll try the fire one more time. Oh, Joe. Oh,
I am free to do what you ask of me.
there we go. Oh, you said no electricity. I was like, okay, so I don't use electricity. Never mind. I would have figured it out. I figured it out 2 times before. 3rd time's the charm, right? The first time took me a long time because I didn't realize you could target the pillars because they didn't highlight when you were when you hold tab. That's the whole trick to that puzzle the first time. It's figuring out you can actually target.
How curious.
I did as you asked.
Sorry, my cat is, he buries his face into, like, the crack under the door and screams.
I lead. You follow.
He mistakes, mealtime for not mealtime. But I don't want him to get too fat and have health problems, so he has to be on a diet.
Done and done.
Yeah, ever since we got the dog, they've been a lot more moody. They used to not be nearly as vocal. And I don't necessarily mind it. But I don't want it, like, cropping up in the videos all the time.
I won't be halted.
Supposedly there was a petition to bring Tiger back in the next game. I don't know if they're going to or not. I'm sure they'll have another animal companion.
I don't like surprises.
Actually, this looks very much like my cat. He's a chunky orange cat. Well, I have two cats, but
Head on.
if you ever hear anything fall in the background, it's Artemis, and if you hear meowing in the background, it's Apollo. If you hear barking, that's Freya.
We do it my way.
Alright, we'll go take a peek down here.
Curious.
We'll grab it on the way out. Yeah, I'm a big fan of mythology. Less so Greek, but I couldn't find... There weren't any good Nordic names for the cats. So I went with Greek. I mean, I like... Greek is probably my second favorite mythology. Or mythos, but
Onwards.
Norse is number one. I'd actually tried to, I tried to name my dog Garm, the, like, skinless hound in Norse mythology. Or the, you know, bloodstained hound. Mrs. Bring It Dawn didn't like that, so we named her Freya, which is fitting because Freya in Norse mythology gets pulled around on a chariot by two cats, and we already had two cats, so thematically it made sense too. Yeah, I like mythology in general. I mean, I'll listen or learn about it all day. But I do have my preferences, and the ones that I know better than others.
I lead. You follow.
My search was not in vain.
And actually, it is my passion for mythology that kind of directed a lot of my passions in life. Look at this jerkwad.
Speak. You cannot stand against me. Put on this sentence.
A clever ploy.
This is for you. This spell's not supposed to work like that.
Alright, and this is where he runs away,
Heal me quickly.
so he hopefully doesn't die. What do I want to do here?
I'll fight if I have to.
Primitives.
Taste my fury. You never had a chance.
that guy's gone.
You can't stop me.
This is going to hurt.
Will they ever learn?
Sister, protect me.
Hang in there, buddy.
Hey, can someone help me?
Oh, she's in a little bit of trouble. Can I cast that before she dies?
Pain.
Looks like it.
Sister,
I've heard of it, but I've never looked into it. Honestly, I need to start covering more sci-fi on my channel. I mean, I guess I am playing a 40k game right now, but again, most of the RPGs are set in fantasy worlds, but I'm a big fan of sci-fi.
We do it my
It's actually a lot of genres I'm a big fan of that I haven't got to show on the channel yet. I really like 4X games.
I don't like surprises.
Big fan of like Master of Orion and Galactic Civ, Homeworld. Oh, that's the last Talden piece. Ooh, second execution, a great axe, finally. Forgot that was in here. It's only a +1, but it's good against undead. That's gonna be fantastic for where we're headed in the next chapter. It still doesn't do as much damage, but still not bad. It looks goofy. It looks like older beds, head posts. Like if you turn them 90 degrees. It's kind of a silly design. Yeah, I mean, Mu 2 is the like the epitome of the Mu series. I'm actually I bought the newest Master of Orion. I haven't played it yet.
Child's play.
Again, I've been saving it for a Let's Play at some point, so
head on.
I wonder how it holds up. I did watch my favorite Let's Player's Let's Play of it, and it looked like fun. Of course she is. She's not gonna die.
Onward.
She's adverse to death. Oh, wow, we're overloaded. Okay.
Need to catch my breath.
Goodbye to all the shields, because they aren't worth anything. They're worth, like, what, 1 apiece? Oh, 5, but for 15 pounds. Like, these are worth it because they are worth more than they weigh. Those are worth it. These are not. We'll get rid of these two, because they're not that worth it. Actually, I can grab some of these because we're right next to a town. So I can go out heavy and sell more stuff.
Oh, time to get some rest, isn't it?
Yeah, I never played the third one. I don't know if it was good or bad or not, but the newest one, Conquer the Stars, I think is what it's called. It looked good. Oh, it's already time to confront Nazriel? Alright, well, we're here, so. And I really want to get some Total War on the channel too. But the only problem with that is like a campaign just takes so long to beat. Especially with the Mortal Empires, which is obviously what I'd play.
Need to catch my breath.
I've also been waiting for the Orc update, which comes out in 2 days. Because Orcs and Dwarves are my two favorite Warhammer races, or Total War races. And Warhammer races in general, so. Yeah, and I guess And I could make my own win criteria as well to, you know. So yeah, I mean, that would be a good idea. One way to pace the game out. Because really after a certain point, it just becomes repetitive. Once you make your Doom stack, you just snowball the game. I probably won't sell that, or that. I guess because some of the race's mechanics now, so like Wolfric, he has all those challenges. Maybe just do all the monster hunts or something.
Be halted.
But if I'm playing the... If I'm playing the green skins, I want to make the whole map green. Fear the Great Green Tide. Okay, we'll deal with that.
I lead. You follow.
What was I doing? I guess I was trading. We're done. Yeah, honestly, I like the High Elves roster. But they're definitely not one of my favorite races, but I think they are one of the better, or more fun races in Total Warhammer. I think I like the greenskins the most, then the dwarves, then the Empire. Especially since they added the elector counts, or the arc lectors to the roster. I just wish they were a little better. They are super tanky though. Alright, so I could go deal with Sartane. I mean, we have to come back east anyway, so yeah, that'll work out. Yeah, I'm a huge Vlad von Karstein fan. And though, with the vampires, I do wish that Wallach Harkin was in the game, because he is my favorite vampire. But they added Luther Harkin instead, which makes sense for the faction, of course, but like, they put the Red Duke in the game, but not Wallach Harkin. Wallach Harkin is so much better than the Red Duke.
Face me if you dare. Consider me provoked.
Yeah, Vlad, I was a big fan of the vampire books, the Warhammer Fantasy vampire books. Vampire Wars, I think is what it was called. My favorite vampire, he'll never get a character in the game. Shoot. His name, not Gerald. He was a character, he was a White Wolf Knight, or Knight of the White Wolf in one of the Vampire War books. And Vlad turned him into a vampire. And he ended up safeguarding Vlad's family ring.
This is for you.
They put Helmut Gorst in the game to be funny. But yeah, I like the vampire roster too, because they don't rely on no silly ranged units. And like the new wall mechanic for the orcs, I'm so excited because it's all based off melee, and I love melee. That's my thing. As ineffectual as it might be. Yeah, Kemmler and Krell. No, I'll be very disappointed if they don't add Wallach Harkin in the third game. Because he has ties to Abarash, and I'm assuming Abarash will come in the third game. Like, he is a... Like, if they put the Green Knight in the game, you have to put Abarash. Like, it's just, I don't know. He's one of those legendary figures that should be in the game. But the Vampire Counts do have my favorite unit in the game, which are the Blood Knights.
I am superior!
What just happened? Yeah. I feel like, what just happened? I spawned in the market square. My character screamed, "I am superior," and then he charged right into the throne room. I feel like Nagash, he's in a league of his own though. I feel like it'd just be really hard to put him in the game, especially if they're modeling the games after the end times, where he basically became a god. Have to bring Sigmar back to put him down. I don't think he's a wet noodle in the game. He's pretty good in the game. But yeah, I mean, I guess they could balance him like they did Croak, who's one of the more ridiculous characters in the lore. During the end times, like, all right, well, I'm done being dead. Let's do this. And he just comes back and starts smacking rats. Oh, sorry, I'm here to find Sartane. Also, let's see if the sweet teeth are back. Honestly, I really want them to just add more Wood Elf Lords and Beastmen Lords. Like, those two are so far behind right now. Actually, the Beastmen aren't too bad, because they did get, they have 3 lords, right? I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the Beastmen that much, but... Well, Age of Sigmar can suck it. How about that? What a awful... Ugh. I don't know anything about Age of Sigmar, other than, like, the lore is just obnoxious. Everything, like, resurrects and comes back, and it's just... silly. Arcane Evil action. Do you think you can stop me? Do you know who I am? Well, yeah, 40k is very one-dimensional right now. I will give you that. Yeah, I think the end time should have been like more of a what-if scenario and kept it around. Which, I mean, they brought it back, so... I am a barbarian with 1 level of thug, Connor. Which allows my dazzling display to scare Kraglinorms and really anything I want it to. Oh, again, I'm not into the tabletop. I just watch some of this stuff, so I don't keep up with all the news. So all my information about tabletop is usually secondhand.
You follow.
This might be worth giving to Reg. I'm gonna have to go feed my cat here in a second, because it is about that time. So let me equip this on him, then we'll... Oops. Hey, I haven't talked to Knock Knock yet. I'm gonna go click through his dialogue, then I'll go feed my cat. Oh, did it? Oh, I did not know that. I guess because it's more over the top. And over the top is more exciting. I'll admit I don't have as much experience with Age of Sigmar as I did with Fantasy, mostly because I've been so wrapped up in the Horus Heresy, which has been put on a permanent hiatus. And I'm pretty far behind. I know not everybody likes the Horus Heresy books, but I treat it just like I do with the End Times. It's more of a what-if scenario than an actual canon. Host your boys. Who could you possibly be talking about? The Necrons? Silent King is coming back. All I know is it couldn't possibly be the Space Marines. They're always losing and getting turned into Primarchs. They have it pretty rough. Yeah, as much as I love the Space Wolves, my favorite Space Marine chapter, that whole arc was super disappointing. There needs to be more permanent deaths. They can still sell the models, just kill people off. Like, people dying is what made me like the Warhammer universe in the first place. Like, the books I was reading, like the main characters wouldn't survive. And now everybody and their mother is surviving. And I don't like it. Don't know why I went that way. Let's go to the ancient mine. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go feed my cat. Or cats, I guess, not just one of them. Probably mute my mic so you guys don't hear my squeaky door. That's actually one of the omnibuses I haven't read yet. And I want to, because I do like, I don't like the Night Lords. Though they are one of the more interesting Chaos factions, because they're not actually Chaos aligned.
After our expedition is over, why don't you come to Absalom with me?
Well, yeah, the
Medics will fill
Avatar
us
of
with
Cain has been a
gold for the
beat stick
privilege
for
of
quite
studying
some
such a
time.
unique, undead specimen.
A flattering proposition, but I think I'll decline. Although if you want to supply your medics with an undead specimen so badly, I could certainly make one of you.
Yeah, my only problem is, again, I've been wrapped up in the Horus Heresy books, and so that's where all my book time has, or was going. I haven't touched a series in a while because I had deployed. When I came back, I was behind a few books, and I didn't realize, and then the way I operate is if I have one of a collection, I have to have all of it. So next time I buy a Horus Heresy book, I have to buy the rest of them that I don't have, and it's like... It's quite a few books now. I think it's like 16? No, not 16. It might be 16, actually. I have to go look at my collection. I think the last one I had was Vengeful Spirit.
I won't be halted.
Or I think the next one that I needed was Master of Mankind. No, I think that one's newer.
Head on!
Again, I'd have to check. Oh, I do. I do have to read them all. I mean, I know I don't have to, but my thing, like with collections and stuff, I have to have all of it, or else I'm not content. So right now I've just been ignoring it, hoping it'll go away. But if I buy another one, the floodgates are going to open. It's going to be like a $300 purchase. And the same way, the same way with games and stuff. Like if I have one game in a franchise, I have to have all of them. I'm one of those people that developers can abuse. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of the ones I have I wasn't a big fan of, and I would have been okay not reading it, but because it has Horus Heresy on the title, I gotta have it.
All this waiting bores me.
Flames take you.
Because it'll literally affect my sleep if I don't have like the full collection of something that I start collecting. It's my one weakness, it's my kryptonite. Like all the Harry Potter books, I had to have all of those, all the Aragon books. It doesn't just go with books either. Books and games. I guess movies, but I don't really buy movies anymore, so it's not really relevant. Yeah, I have all the DLC for Warhammer as well. All the Warhammers, actually. Or sorry, all the Total Wars. Is Firecast the one that gives you the point of view from the Imperial Guard that joined the Tau? Or is that a short story?
I won't. My way.
So I will say the Tau are probably the race that I know the least about. I know they don't have a lot of lore around them anyway because they're not Space Marines, but... Also, my stream is freezing up on my laptop. Yeah, Sevatar is pretty good. I wonder if they're gonna ever, not necessarily bring him back, but tell us his fate. If my stream's lagging up, let me know. I think it's just my laptop, but just give me a heads up if there's any problems and I'll try to rectify it. Yeah, I guess it's possible he could show up there since they've already changed a lot of the some of the lore. Like the Dark Angels. Well, I don't know how far you've read into it, but I don't want to spoil anything. Some of the lore, a lot of the stories that got spoiled for me because I do spend a lot of time on Reddit on the 40k lore. Contribute some valuable discussions in favor of the Space Wolves when I can.
We do it my way.
Is this the place that has the Etten in it? Or is that to the west? In Patax?
I won't be wholesome.
Share your will.
None shall escape.
Yeah, I think Night Lords... Yeah, I don't know as much about them as I would like, I guess. I'm trying to think, which chapter would I know the least about?
Onward.
I guess maybe the Iron Hands, because I don't... I've just never had an interest in them. They seem very one-dimensional.
I lead, you follow.
But I guess at the same time I might know more about them than I do other chapters, because they are so one-dimensional.
We do it my way.
Like, Ferrus Manus, I think, was a really well-designed Primarch, and then, you know, he didn't last very long.
Onwards.
Talking about the Night Lords? Yeah, they definitely have some really cool lore. And then the whole hypocrisy and vindication of Conrad Kurz. I do like how he was made such a good fighter. Like he was, a lot of the Primarchs were afraid to fight him because he was such an erratic fighter. That was a cool touch. Like he messed up the Lion, who was one of the best duelists out of all the Primarchs.
My strength.
I require
fades.
rest.
Let's actually step out. I'd rather rest off the map if I can. Yeah. And he has an Eldar Soulstone in his relic.
Juby, what keeps you in our party, huh? You just keep nagging and you won't shut up. You don't like this and you really hate that, so pick up your things and get out of here.
I'm not nagging. I'm giving valuable recommendations. And luckily, unlike a hysterical vixen I could name, our leader understands this.
And another reason why he can fight so radically is because he knows when he's supposed to die. Or how he's supposed to die. So he can kind of just go all in and not fret about it. Was there a fight between those two? I felt like they would be at a stalemate because they both have precognition.
Head on.
But Sanguinius, I think, was the greatest fighter of the Primarchs, so Curse would probably still get wrecked. In my opinion. Unless he was holding back.
I won't be halted.
Trying to think when they would have fought. Oh no, they do fight. They fight in Imperium Secundus. Never mind. Actually, I think my favorite fight from that arc is when the Hearthguard or Hearthguard. When they fight Conrad. That was really cool. I like it when the Space Wolves shine like that.
You follow.
I mean, they didn't have a chance, but they put up a heck of a fight and they made him bleed. So.
Taste my fury.
No one stands in my way.
Quick.
That's more like it.
Your life ebbs low.
Yeah, I think the Horus Heresy book I'm most looking forward to reading, well, there's two of them. Wolfsbane and Two Metaphysical Blades. I think Two Metaphysical Blades is a short story. Anything with Leman Russ in it. That's my jam. Yeah. He's probably the most effective, I wouldn't say Primarch killer, but he messes up a lot of them. I think Dorn was the one he was closest to killing. I would say Vulcan, but Vulcan can't die, so
I won't be halted.
that's not fair to the Night Haunter.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
Primitives.
Uh-oh. I should have seen this coming.
Ever learn?
My wounds piled.
Alright, everybody. Oh boy, let's just reload that. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it would make sense that at least one of the Primarchs would be a perpetual anyway. I think it's important that they all have some sort of, like, aspect, some, besides just, like, emotional aspect, but also, like, literal aspect of the Emperor, who is, I mean, he's gotta be a perpetual. I have no doubt in my mind that he is a perpetual as well.
You have my attention. You cannot stand against me.
Taste my fury.
Unworthy, wretched things. I die.
Alright, we survived. Got an Amulet of Mighty Fist 2. I think she has 6, right? There we go. But honestly, out of all the Primarchs, Loyalist and Traitor, the one I'm looking the most forward to seeing when he comes back eventually down the road is Perturabo. Because he never ascended to Demon Princehood, supposedly.
We do it my way.
So I want to see what's become of him. Because he's my favorite Traitor Primarch. Because he had a relatable reason for turning. I do like Fulgrim, and actually I like the novel too. I know some people didn't, but I enjoyed Fulgrim's novel. I read a fan fiction of Perturabo where he basically became his Fortress of Hate.
Grotus awaits us.
Or whatever his fortress is called in the Eye of Terror. I don't actually remember what it's called. But he became the fortress itself. So that was a really cool concept. But I liked, I don't know, some of the little things about Perturabo, like when Fulgrim betrayed him, and it was like absorbing his power to ascend. But like Perturabo basically got like a resurgence of power and fought back. And Fulgrim commented like, I think that you're the most powerful of the Primarchs or whatever. He doesn't. He gets Oh yeah, I agree. The ending was a little goofy. It was very, very much Dorian Gray. I guess we can head to Talon Peak. It's a long trip, but we'll get there. Yeah, Perturabo, he's either written okay or he's turned into like a temper tantrum child. Like, there's a lot of inconsistencies between the authors, which I don't appreciate. Because he has a lot of potential. Again, him in that Fulgrim moment in Angel Exterminatus, that was really cool. I want to see more of that. I don't think anybody liked the ending of Fulgrim's story.
Despicable. Scared?
I've yet to see anyone be like, oh yeah, that was well written. We need more of that in 40k. Yeah, I mean, Pert is just an extremely impressive Primarch. Like, he's easily one of the most impressive of the Primarchs, but again, he's never written well. Because he seems like he's one of the most smart, like the most intelligent, I almost said smartest. So the most intelligent, he's ingenuitive.
Why don't we set up camp?
He's a, you know, he forges things like, you know, Vulcan and Ferrus Manus. So I said, why do they have to make this so zigzaggy? Ugh. Just give me some climbing equipment and let me just scale the side of this thing.
I don't understand. What's the point of preparing to die every day? Enjoy life, harem. None of it will exist after you die.
I don't need cheap pleasure to convince me that my life has value. Besides, it's a pleasure to know that every path has an end.
But that doesn't it go back and forth between like the battle he's in and like his past? But yeah, some of the Primarchs are just never written well. and it's just a disservice to them. Like, honestly, I think the Khan is usually written pretty well.
I won't be halted.
He's one of the few Primarchs I think that like all of his books have been pretty solid. Whenever he's brought up in a story, he's consistent.
Head on.
Speak.
A clever ploy.
Yeah, and another thing with the whole Horus Heresy thing, it's definitely a case of don't meet your heroes, because like,
Primitives.
how are humans gonna
Will they
write about
ever learn?
these non-human, like these, you know, beyond human individuals?
Advance.
Like they're basically it's supposed to be these
Out of my
impossible concepts to understand or grasp, and we're trying to put it down into words. Like, I thought that I wanted the Horus Heresy books, but now that they're coming out, I'm definitely second-guessing myself. Like, they're fun to read, don't get me wrong. And that's why I treat them as a what-if scenario, not as a canon.
Fine use of my
Enjoy your
talents.
final moments.
All this waiting bores me.
Space Marines, I don't mind being written as human so much,
Ask.
because at their base level, they are human. Primarchs were created from the Emperor and the Warp, and so like they're beyond Space Marines. So like, yeah, Space Marines should be alien, somewhat alien to us, but their core values and stuff, like that's why again the Custodes don't like them, because they're still human and they make human judgments and errors. Yeah, I wonder. I hope they don't change that. But yeah, I am looking forward to old person, making a stand against Horus. Cause I like it when the Emperor shows signs of humanity.
I lead. You
State
follow.
your desire. Submit.
A clever ploy. Ha! Primitives.
Oh yeah, it's definitely had some like really good moments, and I haven't minded the books themselves. It's just there are things that I'm not happy with, and so I'm gonna treat it like it's not real. That it's a what if scenario. There's actually a guy on Reddit that brought
Share
up
your will.
that maybe it's
I will
just like
grant your request.
oh, sorry, they brought up that the whole Horus
How
Heresy
curious.
series is just like the Emperor and Malkador talking like a what if scenario,
What a surprise.
which I thought was a pretty solid theory.
How curious.
Okay. Gotta find the click
That
first.
is possible.
Let's get somebody into each spot.
Patience.
Let's move already.
Here!
Yeah, and there's that whole thing too, because how could he not? That's my whole thing.
The undead is such a frivolous
But-
term. I prefer
Again, some questions I think are better left
eternal,
up to the reader to
everlasting.
decipher for themselves. So I think that's definitely one of the ones they should probably leave to the fans to discuss. I forgot what a Skull Crusher do. +2 heavy blow. Stun. On a freedom of movement, it's just hard to pass up. And it's a +3.
We do it my way. I'm superior.
This is going to hurt.
Head on. Onwards.
And I think one of the powers of Warhammer lore, or 40k lore, is like how enigmatic it is.
My way.
And one of my takeaways with the lore is that basically everything is canon. Because a lot of the design, again, like that's why there's 2 legions that disappeared, so that people could create their own chapters and their own canon. And so I don't think that anyone's really wrong when it comes to the lore, unless it's, you know, something that's obviously in black and white, like the Emperor is the God Emperor or something like that, something silly. But like, I see people dispute how the Gestalt field for the orcs work. And I think both sides can be correct. I think it can be, you know, as powerful as some people describe it, and it can also be
Will they ever learn?
as mundane as other people describe it. Oh, 81 sneak attack crit. Good job, me.
This body holds
Alright, maybe I should try a little harder here.
Consider me provoked.
Yeah, and some people will argue that, or some people will argue how extreme it is. It's like, because the whole Yarick or Yarick debate, like he's only alive and as strong as he is because the orcs believe it. Some people are like, no, it can't work that way. Why not? Like, what rule dictates that it can't work that way?
Fine use of my talents.
That's why I think, again, the lore is up to really the reader to interpret however they want.
Was lost in
Or the fan. To a degree, of course.
You have my attention.
But I think having, again, unknowns and, like, ambiguous descriptions benefits the lore more than it hurts it. And that's why, again, the Horse Heresy has its downsides. Yeah, I mean, for one, it's all fictional anyway, so there's no reason to really argue over it, but I don't know, it does spark discussion, which is important. What was I doing? I still have this in my inventory? Oh, I took it off of Canera. That's right. There's something that I found. There's something else that I found. What was it? That was a recipe. For disaster. Where's it at? Alright, we can head back towards the kingdom real quick.
I need to catch my breath.
So I think we'll stop here and try to cross through the mountains and see if see how far I can get in. Oh, we can actually go to Varn. That's right. We can visit Varnhold.
Our strength fades.
It's also it's written by authors you can't trust because they're so inconsistent.
I lead, you follow.
But yeah, no, I mean it's you got to keep the lore flexible, and I don't think there's any definites, despite what some people might say. Which again, I think makes it more fun. And that also opens up discussion, where like someone might bring up something that you've never thought of before, and you think that's a better canon than what you're currently thinking.
My way.
As with everything in life, approaching with open-mindedness is the best course of action.
Onwards! Head on!
But Frost Scythe, man,
I won't be halted.
imagine if I had a character who was proficient with scythes. Yeah. Yeah, basically, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. And for games as well.
Any brilliant ideas?
Since they're an open source franchise.
Do it my way.
Without the without Games Workshop sharing their IP with everybody, we wouldn't have Mechanicus, which I think is probably the best 40k game I've ever played. I still think that Warhammer Total War is the best fantasy game I've ever played.
You follow.
So I will separate them into fantasy and sci-fi. So I don't have to say that one is actually better than the other. I love Dawn of War, and its nostalgia will always bring me back to it.
Set up camp?
But after playing Mechanicus, I don't know, Mechanicus is just such a good game. Again, I love Dawn of War, and it will always be a tier above all the other games because of when I played it and how long I've played it.
My way.
But Mechanicus is just such a good game. Like, everything they've done with that game has just been phenomenal.
I won't be halted.
Again, Dawn of War introduced me to the franchise, so I'm not going to ever diss it, but like Mechanicus' soundtrack, like the aesthetic, everything about it is just top tier. Also, its settings. It has so many settings you can play around with to make it as hard or as easy as you want. And it's...
Head on!
like, seriously, kudos. That game is just the bee's knees.
We do it my way.
Like, the soundtrack for Mechanicus is basically all I played in the background while I was doing, like, exams and stuff. It's so good. Normally I would,
Onwards!
Is Magyar just not out here because it's nighttime? Or has he just not come out here yet? See, he didn't ask me to visit.
I lead. You follow.
Or did I walk past him? No, there he is.
Be halted.
Okay, let's
Time
go
to
back.
get some rest, isn't it?
So I don't think we can make it to the Rotten Cave. I think we... oh yeah, that's at in Barnhold. We could do Silverstep Village. I'd rather go back and deal with the Sweet Teeth real quick. Let's rest up first.
We certainly have much in common, but it saddens me that your interest in map-making and discovery is purely materialistic, while I only care to serve knowledge and science.
So what? Where would your science be without proper financing? You just need a little ingenuity. Turn your gold into discoveries, and your discoveries into gold.
Or turn your gold into gold. You're an alchemist. Turn your lead into gold. Turn your gold into gold or gold.
Run them through!
Owlbear, huh?
My skills are
I'm
getting
ready.
rusty.
Ready and willing. This is for you.
No one stands in my
prevail?
way.
Doesn't matter. Repent!
I am superior! Run!
Stupid
What's the
owlbears.
hold-up?
Should know better to pick a fight with me. I killed your, what, 10 times sized cousin back in the capital. And I took out those darn Swamp Witch's Hut owlbears on my first visit there. Which is also super impressive. Where it belongs, too. When I first went into this game, I stated in the first Let's Play that owlbears are one of my favorite fantasy creatures. And that, had to eat my own words when I had to fight them in the Swamp Witch's hut. So ever since then, I've been extremely spiteful towards them. At one point, all I ate were the owlbear omelets, just out of spite. Just a bunch of jerks. Embarrass me. I've never spent so long trying to beat a fight as I did that first time around the Swamp Witch's hut. Because they deserve it. I'm going to curse them for the rest of my life, because that fight was obnoxious. So I'm not one to usually back down from a challenge or a fight, but sometimes you have to. And then, you know, as I get older, I get better about it. Mostly because I'm not just playing games for myself now, I'm playing for an audience, so I have to keep moving forward. Can't get hung up on a fight, but this is okay. The most important item for a solo run. Or one of the most important items, anyway. What did I come back here to do? Oh yeah, Sweet Teeth.
Head on! I'm losing my temper.
Oh, you're gonna Silverstep Village now? I think that's the last place to explore. Okay, I did look this up. I think I know where I'm missing the last Sharded Forest Knight's Bracer. Willamage 2, Lone House. Should be one at the Ruined Watchtower, if I'm not mistaken. There's a time I actually had all of this memorized, because I had spent so long trying to read it to make sure I didn't miss anything. So I'm gonna head back this way real quick, see if I can't find it. Hey, good job. And good job. I don't care about the curator. And once she's done, I can kick her out. 4 days. I mean, I'm not thrilled about it, but here you go. The Candlemere Curse.
I require
Also, one more
rest.
thing. Oh, did I ever go talk to her again? Forest Knight's bracers are actually pretty good. They're one of the few artifacts that I think I actually used through the whole game. A lot of them are mediocre. Yeah, I bet you it's right here.
Battles await.
My own fault for not paying attention. It's you guys' fault. Keep looking at chat. Keep missing stuff. Getting distracted. Yeah, there it is. Alright. I'm pretty sure that's the only one I've missed so far. Again, I've done a pretty good job of cataloging the stuff. Also, with the Enhanced Edition, then putting where you found it at makes it so much easier to keep track of. I know that you found most of them in the Nara Marches as well, but you do find some of them to the east, which is a little weird.
I require rest.
And we can swing back to the capital, finish that artifact, and then we can go east to Lake Silver,
I need to catch my breath.
or Silver Step Lake Village, whatever it's called. Also, people want to talk to me. So... Also, I think I'm going to go the Golem route with the Magister this time. Because I've never seen the Golems in the capital before. Yeah, it's so hard to keep track of because you literally would have to go back to every area you had been to before, trying to find them.
Isn't it?
Which is such a hassle. And then there was one of them. One of the artifacts didn't have all the pieces in the game. Yeah, pubs and inns. Here we go. Pretty sure I just went into the negative, though. Yeah, it does do that now, doesn't it? I didn't catch that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't just read it, so... Yeah, they really did a number on this game. They made it so much better. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to minimize out. Alright, there's something here I wanted to do. I guess not.
I require rest. We do it my way.
Oh, and I got the Ring of Reckless Courage. Neat.
I won't be halted.
Which I never remember what it does. +4 enhancement bonus to Charisma, +4 competence bonus to Stealth and Trickery skill checks. +4 bonus to attack rolls made to confirm critical hits, and a +2 bonus to DC of mind affecting. Impose a -2 enhancement penalty to Wisdom score. -4 competence penalty to Perception skill checks. -2 to Will saving throws, and -10 to all saving throws against traps. Is that worth it? So I don't use Stealth. I very rarely use Trickery because Octavia can usually handle that on her own. And this already gives me a +4 to Charisma, so I'll probably just sell it. Oh, yeah, this isn't bad. And there's a fear check with it, which stacks with my
I lead. You
character's
follow.
theme. So no downside to that. I've been thinking a bit about the spawn of Rovagug and how this party's going to handle it. I mean, I guess with the Barbarian, I do have a better chance of
We do it
bursting it
my
down.
way.
I'm trying to think of a weapon, like what weapon he's going to have by the time he fights. Fights the spawn. I didn't check my... I'll do it when I exit the town. Oh yeah, it's easily the hardest fight in the game. I don't even remember how many tries it took me last time I did my last playthrough. Like, it was bonkers. It's funny because all the advice on the internet currently says you need to burst it down because you can't out-sustain it, but mine became a sustained fight. Like, I out-attritioned that guy. And it's like, a lot of his skills and spells and stuff break the rules of the game. Which is super frustrating. I was checking my BP. Because even though you're in your kingdom, and it says that you're immune to compulsion effects, you're not immune to compulsion effects, because he uses compulsion effects against you. And, yeah, negative BP. Stupid Jthal. Cost me money. Yeah. You need AoE. The Kineticist is actually really good at that. You just put the wall up, and when they spawn, they usually just kind of die on it. But also using like Cloud Kill and Stinking Cloud and stuff helps. Or Pit. Pit spells are really good against them as well. And I tried a lot of stuff when I played against it. The small guys weren't that big of a threat. It was the big guy with all of his dispelling effects. Which were just the worst.
I need to catch my breath.
Well, that's too bad, Octavia, isn't it? Alright, I think I might actually call the stream here. It's been 2 hours. We'll pick up with Lake Silverstep Village in the next one, and then probably just Kingdom Management until the Cursed Hilltop comes back. Because this is a pretty big area, and it's going to take some time to get through all the quests and stuff.
Let's move already.
It's gonna last a minute, right? Yeah.
Head on!
Alright, let me pay attention. I am saving. I'm recognizing that I'm saving, so I don't have to do it again in like 10 seconds. I remember somebody mentioning that. I don't remember if it was you or not, but that is super inconvenient. I don't think ever crashed on me when I played against him. And this game has been pretty steady for me. For the past 2 years. I thought it was a doozy. I enjoyed it though. I mean, I enjoyed the challenge. Here I was thinking I had to come to expect everything that could be expected of the game, and then, yeah, they throw that at you. So that was fun. Yeah, I remember I had like a knot in my stomach when I finally beat him. I was so excited to finally take him down. All right, I'm gonna call the stream here. I already exited out of the game, so yeah, I'll stream again tomorrow if I can, if my power stays on due to inclement weather. Well, for some people, I know some people like to just cruise through games. They just want to enjoy the story. They don't necessarily have time for a challenge either. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that. It's got to have some sort of challenge, something to overcome, makes you think. You have to adapt to it. But anyway, I'm going to call a stream here. I'll see you guys on the morrow, hopefully. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, morning, or evening, whatever it is. And I will see you guys next time. Hope y'all, thanks for coming out, stopping by the stream.